Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Understand, the puzzle game about figuring out the rules and using them to solve puzzles. We've arrived at the final boss of Understand. Having completed the entire board, it's time to work on these puzzles, and the only thing they give us are a bunch of colored dots. That's right, it's time for 4-9. Welcome to this level. I had to refresh myself on this section because this is the only one I skipped in the whole game up until now. And this section is about the shape of the squares that you don't cover up. You look at the squares you don't cover up, it's a big square, it's a 2x2, but it's not always about the shape, maybe it's about the number of them. It has something to do with just the orientation of these uncovered squares. So I gotta figure out the rules. There's 4 of them. One rule seems to be that you gotta cover all the circles. And then another rule is that you don't touch the squares. This is probably rule 2. Rule 3, I don't know what it is. Rule 4, I don't know what it is. But I know this is not okay. And this seems to be the only way to solve the puzzle. Okay. Number 2. I have to cover all the circles. That'll take care of it. What if I do a little zigzag? What if I do a bit of an arch? No, that's no good. It seems like I gotta go circle to circle. And yeah, I do have to cover every circle. I don't have to start at a circle or end at one. I just gotta cover all of them. And don't touch any squares. And all I see is that it's a rectangle. Alright, cover the circles. Sure. Okay. What about this? No. Is this the only way to do it? That one's okay. It seems that what these have in common is that the size of this square, or this empty area, is 2. It's a 1x2. But here it's a 2x3, here it's a 2x2? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that it's a 1x2. Okay, there's even more space. Alright, here it can be a 1x4, but 1x5 is not okay? It has to be a 1x4. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. I don't know what this has in common, to be honest. I guess they have the fact that they're both even in common. So this is size 4 and size 5 is no good. And here size 2 is good, but size 3 is no good. So maybe the empty sections with squares have to have an even number of empties? Let's try. This is 12. That's even. What if I do like 8? Oh, that's also good. Another 12? Now, what if I do like 6? It's a weird irregular shape. So maybe the shape itself has to be regular? Wow, because this 6 is okay. Okay, a regular looking shape that has an even number of empties is what I'm gathering. So this is 9, so that's no good, but this is 6. Okay, how about, do we think an S-bend counts? It does count. I guess an S-piece is regular enough? Because yeah, it doesn't seem like I can do this without it being an S-bend. It's got to be even though, that's what I'm gathering. What's the most regular shape I can make that also has an even number? How about just something that's even? I mean, this is 6. That's okay. Maybe regular can be stretched a little bit. I'm not quite sure how regular is regular, or even if it's a rule. All that I know for sure is it has to be even. And there can be, like, sections that are also untouched that can be any size as long as they don't have squares in it. Alright, even numbers. This is 8? That's no good. How about I make it 10? How about I make it 6? Yeah, okay, I know it can't be just any even. Why is this 6 okay, but not this 8? And 12 was no good. 14, no good. Only 6. I don't know the specifics. Let's see how much I can get just knowing the even rule. Well, this is certainly 6. I'm not sure. Can I make this 8? No. But 6. I wanted to think about, can I do a 2x2 here? I can. Can I do, like, everything except for these 2? I can. Like, it seems the shape either has to be regular or as small as possible. So here it can be regular, so it doesn't need to be simplified. But I could simplify it if I wanted to. But if the shape has to be irregular, then it has to be as simple as possible. I mean, that's probably not the exact rule, but it could be a good working rule. Sometimes getting 90% of the way there is good enough. So, well, the regular shape is size 5, so it has to be irregular. So I'm thinking size 6 is the move. Like this? Whoop. What happened? It told me no? It told me no. Well, I don't quite think I can cheese my way through it then. What if it's not just that it's specifically an even number of squares, but what if the shape has to be capable of being divided into 2 equal parts? So this shape, I could divide it right here, it would be 2 elbows. This shape, I could divide like this, and it would be 2 elbows. So not just even, but 2 equal parts. Here it's 2 elbows. Oh, that's totally it. Okay, 2 equal parts. I think it looks something like this. Let's go. 4-9 taken down. Oh, this was much quicker. This only took me 11 minutes, and a lot of the time was spent hamming during the intro. 2 equal shapes. Oh my god. Okay, cool rule. A good start. And now, in all seriousness, now that I've actually completed everything, it's now time to do the final boss, which is the 0 section. It's got colored dots as its hint. Let's see what it means. What are these clues? What are these clues? 2, 2, and 4? Yeah. Oh. Look at this. The final boss. It combines everything we know so far, or it must be combining everything we know so far into this section. So there's 2 rules that come from section 2, which has something to do with counting, and 1 rule that has something to do with section 4, which is about the shape of the empty. And I'm sure that, yeah, all these have different numbers. Oh my god. If you thought 4-9 was hard, this is going to be insane. So it wants me to draw from circle to triangle. All right, cover up each of the shapes, and then something to do with this empty. Well, it's a rectangle. Let's cover up one of these, each of them. What if I do it like this? Okay, the empty has got to be a rectangle, and one of each shape. What if I want to do more than one of each shape? Like this. Oh, that completes rule 3. I think rule 3 has something to do with the empty shape just being a clean rectangle. It seems that rule 1 has to be you must hit each shape at most once, and then rule 2 is that you must hit each shape, and then that's what I'm gathering. So it looks like this, but this is a clean rectangle, but yet we have nothing. Maybe the stars are exempt? No. Clean rectangle is not enough. What if I just cover up everything? I mean, that's fine, I suppose. Maybe, well, the one thing all 3 of these have in common is that if there is an empty shape, one of the dimensions is length 3. This is okay. Whoops, this was okay for rule 3, anyways. That's what rule 3 could be saying. Dimension of length 3, I don't know, it's just an idea. So, like, obviously, well, this is okay. And that's no dimension of length 3. I know it's got to be rectangular, but this is somehow not okay. Maybe the empty has to include shapes? The uncovered area has to include shapes, possibly? Well, this one, you can have some clean rectangles here. Yeah, clean rectangles, it has to include shapes. I don't think that's the exact rule, but I feel pretty close anyway. Okay, how about this line? This covers up every shape once, and then the empty section is including shapes and a rectangle? Oh no. Oh no! My whole life was a lie. Alright, well, it's time to study this again. It's rule 3, I think, that's tripping me up the most. I know I gotta touch each shape once, and exactly once. So rectangle, rectangle. Maybe it has to be a rectangle, but not a square? Well, that would be bizarre, because all squares are rectangles. And then this is technically neither a rectangle nor a square of the uncovered section. This is rule 3. Wait a second. What if it has to do with the shape that I'm drawing rather than the empty shape? Was that a thing in World 4? It's been so long since I've done World 4. What if the shape I'm drawing specifically has to be a rectangle? Oh, you know, I bet it does. At least that's what I'm going to go with. So this. It's the shape I draw. Has to be a rectangle. Hit every shape once and exactly once. Okay, so I can tell this section's going to be tough. Section 2. It's got 4 rules, 1, 3, 5, and 6. 1 is trivial. 1 is just... Section 1 is draw a line. Section 3? What was that one? Section 3 is about... Oh, segregation, of course. Section 5 is just about these dots. And Section 6 is about symmetry. The symmetry portion is going to be tough. So this is okay. This is not. But Rule 5. So it seems that we got to follow the rules of the dots. 2 dots, 2 size empty is what I'm going with right now. 4 dots, 4 size empty. And I don't know when we're going to need to use segregation and this thing, but we'll see, I guess. It is possible to fail rule 1. I think the rule 1 is just don't touch the dots. Alright, I think I'm just gonna, again, keep doing the size or the shape of these dots. And let's see, is this pan out? It does. I mean, let's see how long I can coast off this. I think I'll keep the shape, too. I think that's reasonable. Not so easy right now. Is there some way? Maybe there isn't some way. You would think there would be some way. No, this is the shape. Whoa, that's not rule 6. Okay, what if it's not about the shape of the dots? Just making sure that it is 5 dots is what you want. And then the shape itself has to be symmetrical. So you could do something that looks like this. No, that's not right. That's not how you draw this at all. It could look like this. And there we go. So yeah, it's just the shape has to be symmetrical and have the amount of empties that is indicated by the dots. Does that take care of rule 3 as well? No, we still haven't done with rule 3. Rule 3, well, we're going to find out. Either they got to be separate or together. This is the time we learn. They have to be separate. Let me just try to have them together. No, they have to be separate. Okay, so we have all the rules down. Now it's just the solving the puzzles. Keep them all separated. Make sure the shapes are symmetrical. This one's not as easy as it looks. I would like to just be able to draw every shape along the edge, but then that would create 4 spots on the edge that are only accessible as the beginning or ending spot in the line. Wait a second. Did I see this wrong the whole time? If I draw this, and then that, and then that, and then that, there's not 4 spaces that are inaccessible, it's 2. What happened? What happened? It's definitely this. I just definitely saw that wrong. Well, excuse me, I guess. My bad. Alright, hopefully this one's a bit easier. They're just really making sure we know the rules at this point. But I assure you, I do know the rules. It's just the puzzle solving itself that I seem to get tripped up on for some reason. Well, surely it's just this? No, it has to be symmetrical. Oh, it's this shape. Well, it should be this shape. It may be drawn here. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see, though. It's not that easy to draw, actually. Surely it's possible. What if it's like... You know, what if the shape happens to be here? Maybe that's more drawable? Yes, that's more drawable. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I did get the rules. Puzzle solving was harder. 1, 8, and 5. What was 8? 8 is Tetris pieces. So, it seems I combined the Tetris pieces. What is this, 5? 5 is dots? There's going to be dots and Tetris pieces? How do I think I can operate the Tetris pieces? It could look something like 2 sections of 2. Sure. I can make a T piece fairly easily. When are we going to have dots? Okay, it does look we have to maintain the shape itself of the Tetris piece. Rule 1's don't touch the dots. Rule 8 is that maybe make sure that the Tetris pieces combine to create a bigger Tetris piece. I don't know what rule 5 is supposed to be. I feel like it's probably just not important right now. I can make the shape, and if there's an extra empty space, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Well, I think I'm just going to keep gunning this then. Oh, rule 5 is triggering here? Yeah, this is weird, actually. Does this complete rule 5? It does complete rule 5 when I create a 1x3. But it doesn't do it here? Like, I almost want to go back and look at some of the later rules. Oh. Yeah, sometimes I guess the dots meant, like, number of adjacencies. Alright, next guess is, the dot could represent the number of filled in squares that are diagonal from it. So this would be 1, this would be 2. We would have 2 here and here. I would have 4, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4. I would have just 1 and then 2 here. And maybe that's it. But let me see, rule 5? Rule 5, okay, it actually does have to do with the corners. Do I have to change up the shape then? Like if I was to do something like this, yeah, it doesn't satisfy rule 8. Oh, I see why I would want to leave one of these, or how I could leave one of these empty. It would be its own section. It would look something like this. There we go. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I get the rules now. So 2, and we have to have 2 weird kitty corners, so it looks something like this. Nice. All right, 4. All 4 kitty corners got to be filled in. So this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot, and this spot all have to be filled in. I probably could combine the shapes. I think I see how it would work. I think it would be a shape that looks like this. It would look like this. Wow, okay. Yeah, so normal Tetris rules, the pieces can't be rotated, they can be slid around, and that all 4, well, the number of dots is the number of kitty corners that need to be touched. All right, 3. Yeah, this is just a tough puzzle now. I believe this would work. No, the rightmost shape is a little wrong, but that can be fixed pretty easily, I think. I think that can be fixed fairly easily. It looks something like this. Because the left 2 will just combine and makes a rectangle, and it looks like I fulfill the kitty corner rule. Do I? Oh, now I don't fulfill the kitty corner rule here. Oh my gosh. I could maybe do a shape that looks like this. So let me outline it then. Wow, okay, that was tough. Shifting these around quite a bit. Yeah, not simple at all. And 3, great. Could I not just do this? Does this fulfill? Oh, that's a 4, not a 3 there. Okay. What about a shape that looks like this, but there's also these 2? That could maybe work. Let's see. Just gotta not mess up the line. No, once again, I messed up the 4-piece. But I'm pretty close, right? Because then I could just use... I could cover up or uncover this one. Or this one. It doesn't really matter. Actually, I think I am really close. Right? Thank God. Okay. Yeah, 4-piece, 3-piece, 3-piece. The corners make this so tough. Geez, these are very tough puzzles. At least the rules aren't too hard to figure out. If that was really hard on top of it, I would be boned. All right. 1, 7, 9. So 1 probably means you just gotta touch the... Yeah, you just gotta touch the triangle. It's not too bad. 9 is the corner one, and 7 is the directional. So it seems I gotta go ass to tip on the triangles. Okay, but I don't know where Rule 9 comes in. Rule 9 scares me. Huh, okay, interesting. So it seems like there's gotta be corners in between the triangles, but you have to do them directionally. Yeah, you have to go through the triangles directionally, and there has to be corners. Oh, this is just strange enough. Why is this corner thing okay? Maybe it's just too many corners. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. And this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. Yes, of course. Why is this different? Can I add in a 6th corner? Yes. And just changing that up doesn't change much at all. Okay, I do have to go all the way through this. Wait a second, this fulfills Rule 7? And this fulfills Rule 9 for some reason. When does it stop fulfilling Rule 9? Now it stops? Oh man, Rule 9 is going to be the tough one for sure. Ah, boy. I mean, this is how I draw the line. Of course, that's not okay with Rule 9. Okay, adding in this Ben did make a difference, huh? Oh, wait a second. Hey, remember that one puzzle I orgasmed over in section 9, aka the last one? Where it's not specifically about the corners, but the fact that the straight line to each shape on has to have the shape be in the center of it. So there's 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 bottom, 1 down. I cannot believe they would take this rule and have it be our first instance of Rule 9 in here, but I think it's it. Oh my God. I can't believe they would do this. Yeah, so basically, this fulfills Rule 9 for one of them, is the idea. Actually, why? So this is still fine, this is still fine, this is still fine, and then this is fine. There we go. It's a cool looking shape, I'll tell you that, but that is dirty. They would put 9, 10 in there. All right, 2 rules, 1 and 5. Rule 1 seems to be don't touch the dots. Rule 5, well, there's 2. Maybe it's about adjacencies. There are 2 adjacent filled in sections next to the 5. Although that would be silly. This doesn't work. Yeah, that would be silly because this would just literally be a level that already existed. Now I'm just confused. The size of the empty section for both of these is adding up all the dots -1, but that'd be pretty strange, wouldn't it? Yeah, then this would work, so it's not that. There's only so many ways to draw this. Oh, this is bizarre. What the hell could Rule 5 be? This is like you have to figure out the entire puzzle in one go, because Rule 1 is trivial. There's only one difficult part. Wait, there is another way to do it. Huh. They all share the same section, and maybe you have to do addition? Well, not addition, but maybe you have two small and a large? Yeah, maybe Rule 5 doesn't really kick into gear until now. What if just there can be multiple sections, but they have to add up to the same number? Well, there goes that theory. Oh, that's no good. Oh, this is weird. They're in the same section, so it has nothing to do with the same section? What if it's that just equal dots cannot have a line in between them, and different numbers of dots have to have a line in between them? So what if it looks like this? Ah, like goes with like. These are all 3s. I'm not quite sure why this is the case. I guess maybe they have to horizontally link up, like they gotta be in the same row. So this no, come on. Come on! Why are you doing me like this? This is really throwing me for a loop. Oh, I get it. The number of dots has a little bit to do with like the journey from one to another. This is what this level is showing. In a single dot, they have to be 1 apart. If there's 2 dots, there's 2 apart. If there's 3 dots, it's 3 apart. This is a really clever teaching level. Here, they're 3 apart. Here, it's 3 and 5 apart. So it looks, well, like this. 3 and then 5. Wow. Specifically 1, 2, 3 steps, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So these just have to be 3 steps apart, and then this is by itself. But it's still got to be 5 steps away. So it's going to look something like this. Okay. And then 4 steps, 6, and 8 steps, huh? It would almost look like this. Almost, but this to here is not 6 steps. There can be some extra stuff here. As long as they're 3 apart, that's all that matters. How do I make it 8 steps to get to here? How do I force 8 steps? Would it have to look like this? Oh, yeah, I guess it would. I think this is right. Yeah. The exact wording of the rule is a little unclear, but I know it's 8 steps to get to this one. I know it's at least 6 steps to get to this one, and then at least 4 steps to get to either of these. So, I mean, yeah, I pretty much got it. Okay, 1, 3, and 8. We got the stars. Tetris pieces. Okay, this is cool, too. Rule 1 is probably just don't touch anything. I think Rule 8 is that just like Tetris pieces need to be separated. And then what was... Well, Section 3 is segregation, so that could be Rule 3. Maybe they have to be the same size. Okay, I think Rule 8 means that different Tetris pieces need to be the same size. I think Rule 3 means each section needs the same amount of Tetris pieces, stars, and other shapes. But this wants a different size. What about this? Not Rule 8. How exactly do the Tetris pieces play into this? Alright, what other ways can I interpret the Tetris piece? Let me look at this. Here I gotta draw the Tetris shape. I don't think I'm drawing the shape. This is... Oh, this is... Maybe this one could help? Oh god, what was the rule of this one? This was addition. Yeah, the Tetris pieces inside a section either have to combine to make a square or add up to make a square. Okay, well, does that really help me here? It's a square. Oh, well, you combine them to make a square. Okay, yeah, that's the rule. Combine the Tetris pieces, make a square. That's no longer possible. Damn it, I thought I had the rule. This is so sad. They probably have to combine to make a square, but maybe not. Whoa, okay. Okay, it's not just about combining to make a square, huh? Because this is still in the same section. It has to be like this. Like, maybe it makes a square and the section it's in is made up of squares? But then why wouldn't this work? I mean, the section that this is in is made up of empties, and the section that this is in is made up of 2x1s. Well, this... Huh, hold on. It could still be referring to the empties, actually. So, this Tetris, it's just a single empty, which could refer to this. This is a single empty, which could refer to this. This is 4 empties, which refer to these. It's the same shape and same number, so I'll keep both in mind. This is 2 empties, so right here, and this is 1 empty, which is right here. Anyways, it seems that there's got to be just 1 empty piece. It's like this. Yeah, it does refer to the number of empties, and all I know is that rule 3 is 2 stars to a section. Here, there's not even stars, it's just this. That's 3. Could we combine all these? This is 6. Yeah, that adds up. Now, time to find out if it's about the shape or the size of the empties. Let's just assume it's numbers. So, let's have everything be in the same section and have there be 9 empties. So, it would look something like... This is kind of tough to draw. What if it looks more like this? Okay, so this is 8 empties, but they don't form the shape. So I could probably fix that. This is it. Yeah, it looks like we have to maintain the Tetris shape. So this L piece is right here, and this T piece is right here, and of course the single piece is right here. Damn, this is tough, but it's getting done. So all I figure is that the left shape can look like this. This is surprisingly not automatic. How can I do the left two? So I think it has to be left and right because I don't actually see any way to do top and bottom because we have to have 2 stars to a section. So it makes sense we go vertical. This isn't quite it. I mean, I could draw this line and then this would work if I was able to cover up this spot. What about a slightly different? Like what if the L piece is here? I'd have to start up here. It could look like this. Let's go. That was tough. All right, so L piece, 2 piece, and then elbow, and then 2 piece. Jesus Christ.